Hey everybody, it's JMan105 finally coming back at you with another video on hobby related content. And yes, there's been a lot of time that has passed since my last video. I don't know if you're aware of this or heard me say in a previous video that I was gearing up to move from where I was living at the time. That would have been the 2-bedroom apartment in a building. My wife and I and our son have moved into a 3-bedroom house. And this is the new hobby room before I get to the other content in this video. So it's a little smaller than the old hobby room. As you can see, we have a window right where the table sits, all my familiar bins and all my utensils and brushes, pens, pencils and all that. You may have seen this cart in a previous video. I'll explain the Barbie cart momentarily. Our big shelf that holds all of our little tidbits and equipment is now here with our storage rack, my tool chest, and I have a ladder, a step ladder tucked behind the door. But unlike the old apartment that had a very basic closet and I could only store so many things, this one comes with a full walk-in closet with its own light. So it's given my wife and I both way more storage space for hobby and other related material. As you can see, we have bins stacked up on one side, shelves that were already in place that I use for equipment, tool sets, telescope, and her Cricut equipment. More tools, and of course, the vast stack of Lego. So it really worked out for us to find this place and have all this storage space available. Again, the room's a little smaller, but at the same time, you know what? It's not too shabby. And yes, I've decorated it with some of my football stuff. Now, the other part of this video, something I wanted to talk about is battery ports. Now, a battery port is anything in an electronic device that holds a battery cell, such as what I have here, your AA, a 9-volt, a D cell in this case, or a C cell, AAA, etc., etc. Now, you'll notice from time to time on older appliances or older equipment that uses battery ports that you will see either rust or you'll see oxidation from the battery on the port and or on the spring that holds the battery in place. Batteries, even though we consider them as sealed cells, they do oxidize and fall apart, and eventually they just conk out and they ooze. There's really no way to stop that. Some batteries are better than others. The lower you go in your quality of batteries, the more of a chance it has to ooze out the oxidation or just fail in general. And in a lot of cases, you'll open that battery port back up, like this one here, in a RC controller and say, oh, well, I can't fix that. It's oozed everywhere. It's not going to hold anything. The battery's useless. I have to throw everything out. Not true. One of the most simple ways you can deal with the battery port is, once the battery is thrown out, if the oxidation, look at me go, is dry, you can clean it out with a small wire wheel or a plastic wheel on a Dremel or rotary tool. That's a good way to do it. I also keep older toothbrushes around every so often, and I'll do a dry brushing to get that oxidation off. And in some cases, I will wet the brush with hot water, run it over the battery ports, clean off the oxidation, and then I will make sure that the whole battery port is dry and let it sit for a couple days before I even attempt to put a battery back in there. With the 9 volts, it's a bit different because they usually have a pop-on port, or for example, in smoke detectors, you just pop them in underneath that plastic arm, but the ports will still wear out and you'll still have to do the same thing. It also helps to have a pair of tweezers to pick away some of the large chunks of oxidation or whatever's left from the battery, or if a chunk of the battery remains. So basically, tweezers, old toothbrush, and or a rotary tool / Dremel. don't use a full wire brush, because by the time you try to brush that off, you've damaged the port, hence the toothbrush. It's very easy to do. You can save a lot of your devices and appliances by cleaning the battery ports. It does not take that much time. It's extremely easy. You shouldn't need any chemicals. At the very least, you could try something like isopropyl alcohol on a brush to help clean off the oxidation, because it just disperses and doesn't damage any of the equipment. Now, the reason for the Barbie car that you see here, my wife has gone through her Barbie stuff and she's going to be selling it, but in terms of battery ports, I had to open that bad boy up and check the battery ports and replace the D batteries that it takes. And I actually had to go buy D batteries, because you don't see a lot of things outside of flashlights that take D batteries anymore. So, Barbie car. That's all for today. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. If you haven't already, join the Hobby Lounge on Discord. And yeah, thanks for tuning in today, everybody, and it's good to be back. I will hopefully have more content for you in the near future. Have a great day. Bye.